Hey guys, so I know I'm late on this, but I finished The Ink Black Heart by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling, and like most of J.K. Rowling's books, it is 1,000 pages long, so it took me over a month to read this one. But also, like J.K. Rowling books, it reads by pretty fast. Like, you're so into it that you kind of keep having to go, you know? It's one of those books. So while I didn't enjoy this as much as some of the other books, I still thought it was enjoyable. I'd say it's middling for me. Like out of the six books so far, I'd say this is probably my maybe my fourth favorite. You know, kind of somewhere in the middle. But you know, that's still a great book. I think she did a pretty good job with this. I'm gonna give it a B. So let me talk about the books itself. Spoilers ahead. So Robin and Strike went out to eat for Robin's 30th birthday, and Strike finally tries to make a move on her and he kisses her, but then she backs away and she's like, ah. But she's still like in love with him anyway. So it's like, come on, just at this point with the Strike and Robin relationship, it's six books now. Like I just want them to bang already. You know, like enough is enough, guys. I just feel like when you drag stuff like this out too long, you kind of get tired of it. They're still like a very dynamic duo, literally speaking. But I just wish they'd fucking get together at this point, because you know what's gonna happen. They're not gonna drag all this way and not have them at least get together. But no, you know, we gotta wait like another 1,000 page book after this, hopefully. Okay, so the client in this book is Edie Ledwell, who goes to them and says that she's being harassed by a Twitter fiend named Anime. So Strike and Robin have dealt with some serious things. They've dealt with serial killers. They've dealt with corrupt politicians. They've corrupt with evil sibling feuds. But you know, Twiddle Trolls takes the cake on this one. It's the scariest adversary yet. So this lady named Edie Ledwell created this YouTube cartoon, The Ink Black Heart, which is the name of the book, and she has been harassed nonstop by Anime. Kind of like how like some British authors get harassed on Twitter. Huh. I wonder if there's any influence behind that. So anime, she created this fan game for it, and there's a lot of chat rooms and stuff. And much of the book is reading the chat logs of these chat rooms, which is very interesting. I like that a lot. However, I listened to the audiobook, and it was very annoying how the audiobook reader read them. He read like every single word. He could have just said who's saying what. No, he had to read every single thing. Replying to blank, blank, blank. Left the chat. Left the channel. Entered the room. A new room is open. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Just read what they're saying. It took forever. That's why this audiobook was so fucking long, because of the whole chat room thing. But Edie doesn't really last long in this story because immediately after seeing them, basically, her and her ex-boyfriend slash co-creator of the show gets tasered and stabbed outside of the cemetery where the cartoon is set. He lives, but he's not doing so well, and she dies. So the kind of the mystery of the book is who killed Edie Ledwell and who is Anime. So, because this is 1,000 page book, we have like a dozen suspects, which is cool because I like very complex narratives like this. Um, Rowling doesn't think her audience is stupid. We could handle it, So we get Grant Ledwell, Edie's uncle, who could have done it for like the money and the rights after she died. This animator guy named Seb Montgomery. This creepy dude who Pez Peels, who was a voice actor on the show, and he's also at the art school that Robin infiltrates at a point in the book. Tim Ashcroft, who voiced the worm, yeah, so he's a weirdo. You think he's just some dude, but he's also finds out to be the pen of justice, which is basically like this like super leftist blog who like criticizes everything and everybody. Something I like about this book is that it like pokes fun at both sides of Twitter, the ultra leftist, holier than now, then the right wing assholes. Like they kind of make fun of everybody, which is cool. Cause yeah, Twitter So it's all different sides of opinions, and most of them are a bunch of fucking assholes. I'm not on Twitter. I'm barely even on social media, like friends, people I actually know in real life. But Tim Ashcroft, as well as being an annoying blogger, is also a pedophile. So he has been grooming the Rome 28, another member of the game, because yeah, he's kind of a creepo. He's like Onision or something like that. We have Edie's boyfriend, who's kind of, he's like, oh, this was my idea. This was my idea. Stuff like that. And then there's Yasmin Weatherhead, who is Haltella in the game, and she's gonna be writing a book about them, but she joins this far right organization, and anime is like anime. I keep saying anime. Anime is like forcing her to stay in the game and do what she says, or else she tell the whole world that she worked with a far right terrorist group. Then there's the North Grove Art Collective guy, who's also like this neo-Nazi, and he's part of the Harvening, and he recruits that girl. He's also like this creepy old man, and his son turns out to be anime, because his son's a fucking incel. It's kind of a twist that kind of came out of nowhere for me, because he was such a small character in the book, and him being anime kind of like was like, oh, him? Like out of all these characters, him? I wouldn't say I'm like disappointed. I kind of liked it, but I feel like we needed more from him to make the reveal worth it. Not the neo-Nazi son, the musician's son. Sorry, I got those two characters mixed up. The neo-Nazi son did it. Um, yeah, the neo-Nazi son didn't do it. The musician's son did it. So there's so many characters because it's hard to keep track. The musician's son did it because he's an incel, and Edie was nice to him one time and then criticized the game some other time. So he started hating her as incels do, and yeah, killed her and devoted his entire life to ruining her image. Um, so yeah, some crazy people out there who can't really get a job or anything, so they just harass people on Twitter. But I really enjoyed the mystery. It was great, guessing who did it and stuff. Um, Even when it was revealed, I was like, wow, wasn't expecting that. Took 1,000 pages. Usually you kind of nail it down after a while. But like I said, the reveal kind of came out of nowhere for me because this character wasn't really seen or developed much. I could kind of see it, because his dad was kind of bullying him and stuff, and he didn't really have any friends or social life. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of weird. Robin again is almost killed by him. I feel like she's almost killed by the bad guy every single book. Um, Meanwhile, Strike's dating this chick who kind of knows the dreaded Charlotte Campbell. So she's never trusting Strike because he believes all this shit that Charlotte says. And eventually Strike's had enough and he's like, I can't do this anymore. But also Strike's secretly in love with Robin. And Robin's secretly in love with him, but they still can't get together for whatever reason. Um, there's also this subplot where Charlotte pays Strike to get dirt on her husband because she's leaving her husband because her husband's abusive. It's kind of a whole thing. It was pretty entertaining, I guess. I'm just so sick of Charlotte at this point because she never leaves this dude alone. All Strike wants to do is be left alone by this chick. She's very toxic, and she just won't leave him alone. Every single book she comes back. She's back Janice from Friends. Oh, they'll see us again. So yeah, and then at the end of the book, Strike's in the hospital and he's finally ready to tell Robin how he feels, but she's like, "Oh, I have a date tonight with this bloke who works at the police office," and he's like, "Shit, I really was in love with you." So there goes that. They were so close, yet again. But it's they're never gonna get together, guys. They're never gonna get together. It's taken forever at this point. But yeah, overall, that was a decent book. Gonna give it a B minus, B. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Let me know, guys, what you guys thought down in the comments below. And I will talk to you guys next time. I probably won't be reviewing The Running Grave until December. I bought it though. It's right over here. Look at this big boy. I think it's as long as this. It's kind of hard to tell. A little bit, maybe a little bit shorter. It's kind of hard to tell, like I said. But I cannot wait to get to that. But at the moment, I'm reading The Well of Ascension, which probably take me through November, and then I'll be reading The Running Grave in December. So expect a review for that in December. But in the meantime, uh, please click below and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.